Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I got a haircut finally, and I decided to keep some of the facial hair, see how it goes, play it out. But anyway, welcome back to the channel. It is currently Tuesday, May 26th. My name is Lucas. I want to thank you all for clicking on my video today. So today I've got a few things I want to talk about. I made a couple buys this past week, and I've recorded a thing a week and a half ago of some sales that I pulled when I still had long, scraggly hair, so I'll probably throw that on at the end of this video. But mainly I want to talk about the two buys that I made this week. The first one I'm looking at right now, and I'm getting ready to put a picture on the screen. I bought 107 hats. Not 10, not 7, 107 hats. They range from anywhere from NASCAR, advertising, vintage trucker snapback hats that are in style right now, and yeah, I paid $150 for them, so a little over $1 a piece. So far, there's only one that is in like horrible condition that was clearly worn a lot that I can't sell, and then one that is very specifically local that I probably won't be able to sell. So really, I have 105. A few of them I'll probably have to like try and lot together in a group or something like that, but 105 hats, and we're just going to jump into it, and I'm going to pull out some of the good ones and show them to you now. Alright, so we're just going to jump into it. I grabbed a handful of hats. I'm not going to show you all 107 of them, but figured we'd just get going here. So first up, have this Mesh Ducks Unlimited camouflage hat. Snapback, just fits that style that's in right now. Have this Camel Cigarettes camouflage hat. I think that one will sell pretty well. This one is one of my favorites. It is World United Kennel Club Coonhound Championships. Got the sweet logo. It's this nice brown, and inside is that old foam, and it's all still there. So a little tattered on the front, but just a really sweet hat if you ask me. This one is Marlboro Cigarettes. This one isn't a snapback, it's a buckle back, and it's got a little, whatever that is, greening on there. Otherwise, it's in pretty good shape, though. Little needs a little cleaning, but this one is from the Kmart Garden Center. This one I saw very clearly in the pictures. It's a Dairy Queen. Unfortunately, the foam in it has absolutely disintegrated, and it is getting absolutely everywhere. Need to put that in a bag. I didn't realize it was falling like that. Some of it has gotten on this Cat Diesel Power hat. This one's really cool, too. I like that one. This one is for the Bahamas. I don't know how well this one would sell, but I thought that about a Bahamas pennant that I had, and the Bahamas pennant sold for full asking price, so I think this one will sell pretty well too. This is another Marlboro one, but this one is pretty rough. It's got some sweat stain going on there, really worn on that. I think it'll still sell as like a display thing, but it won't sell for as much as I would hope. This one is an old Pepsi Cola one. Now, there's some really expensive Pepsi Cola hats that have like a red stripe that go around the edge. Unfortunately, this isn't that one. Those ones sell pretty consistently. I think anywhere between $50 and $80 if I remember right, but still a really nice Pepsi hat there. Clean as can be. Dropped this one. This is an old Jack Daniels Tennessee Whiskey. And this one is Michelin tires. I love this hat too. I just wish I could pull off like these old snapback hat type things, but I just can't. I'm gonna wear this for the rest of the video. Just grabbed another stack here to go through it. This is Mack Trucks Indianapolis. Mack Trucks hats sell really well. This one is made out of corduroy, and there are comps on these anywhere from $50 to like $150, but none have sold, so I don't know if the price is too high. I'll probably try and undercut all the hats that are currently listed, give this one a nice cleaning, and hopefully it sells. The foam in it is a little worn, but it doesn't look like it was worn too much, so hopefully it's just the foam getting old. Then we have some stuff like this Bass Pro Shops hat that's new with tags, Velcro. This one is John Lyons Signature Products. I have no idea what that is, but it's new with tags. Indiana Motor Truck Association, an old Top Flight golfing hat. This one looks like it was worn a little bit, and it's sun faded, so don't know how well that one will do or if I'll even list it. Ford trucks. The old USA with the bald eagle. This one was worn. It's got some sweat staining on the inside, but I think somebody will still buy that. 2003, the Honda Hoosier Twin 50 some racing thing. And Yamaha Racing visor. Let's grab some more. Then I have a bunch of these NASCAR hats in here too. A lot of these are limited edition, so these are specific to Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Like this is the 2002 Brickyard 400, and this is number 1,581 of 2002. I listed all these limited edition hats at like $15 a piece plus shipping, setting them up a little high. I'll accept offers on them, I don't care. And one thing I did with these is I put in the description who won the race. So even though it doesn't have like Jimmy Johnson or somebody on it like that, I can still put like, this race was won by Tony Stewart, so I can put Tony Stewart in the description, and so maybe that Tony Stewart collector will see, it'll pop up in theirs and like, oh well, that's a Tony Stewart collectible, even though it doesn't say Tony Stewart on it. So, and then a bunch of Dale Juniors, some old number 8s. This one is new with tags. I had one like this that wasn't new with tags, and it sold for $10, I believe, plus shipping, so already making some of that money back. So again, just some other old Dale Earnhardt Jr. hats here. Yeah, so I'm feeling pretty good. I think at the end of the day, all the hats will average out to probably about $10 a piece after paying shipping and stuff like that. So if I can get $10 a piece out of about 100 hats, that's $1,000 for a $150 investment, and I'm gonna be pretty happy about that. And then this will be the last little batch of hats. This is an old Notre Dame hat that is pretty stinking sweet. And then there's a couple John Deeres in here that are bright neon. This one's just the dark green. John Deere stuff always sells. There's some tourism hats in here. Like this is for Big Stone Gap in Virginia. And then we got some military ones. This one says Navy Veteran. This one is for the USS Wisconsin, BB-64. And then again, had a bunch of NASCAR hats. This is a singular wireless hat that happens to be autographed by the driver, Robbie Gordon. So really neat to have there. So that's just a glimpse at some of the hats. There's a bunch of other ones in here. Some more advertising ones, a bunch of NASCAR ones. So far, I've listed 22 hats for roughly $346. So like I said, I'm marking them up kind of high, expecting to accept them offers and stuff like that, but so far I'm pretty pleased. So the other thing that I bought this week was somebody's video game collection. I originally went to just buy a Sega Dreamcast, and in return he had a bunch of other stuff that he was wanting to sell, so I made an offer on it, and I bought a bunch of his video games for $250. I can't show them to you quite yet when I'm recording this part. Unfortunately, they did kind of smell like smoke a little bit, so I've got them all bundled up in trash bags with dryer sheets and tea bags in there to try and eat up some of that smoke smell. I've already taken a dryer sheet and wiped everything down with it to try and help get rid of it, and it's worked for the most part, but just need to get that last little bit out of there if I can. And I'll talk more about that, or I'll show you more about it whenever I pull them out of the trash bags. I want them to sit overnight still without messing with them. My plan for that is to first try and sell as much of it as I can on Facebook through video game collecting Facebook groups. That way I'll still pay a PayPal fee, but I'll save on the eBay fee side of things and save a little bit of money. Plus, they go to other video game collectors, and as a video game collector myself, that makes me pretty happy. So I'll show you that tomorrow. I'll record that part tomorrow and kind of go through things and show you how I set up, or how I'm going to be setting up the Facebook sale and kind of show you how that stuff goes. But to bridge the gap, I will throw in here the some stuff that sold that I recorded last week or a week and a half ago, something like that, when I still had long hair. So I'm going to throw that in here, and I will see you all tomorrow with, well, for you it'll be in like a couple minutes, but yeah, you get where I'm going. Go. Before I go into it, there was one other thing I wanted to say about the hats that I kind of forgot about. There were two things that I was worried about with them. One is, and I'm not really worried about this much, but I'm aware that it's not going to turn into $1,000 overnight. It's going to take maybe a couple of years even to sell all these hats. Some of them are very niche and not really like super collectible and stuff like that, but they'll eventually move. I'm not worried about them sitting forever. It's going to take a little bit to get that 150 back. You know, I got to sell 15 of them, you know, to make at least 15 of them to make that 150 back. The one thing that was worried about before I found this video game buy was I only have 130 listings in my store. So whenever I list all these hats, I would have 230 listings, and half of them would be hats. So I didn't want a bunch of people clicking on my store and only seeing hats. But now I've got some video games that I'll probably throw in there, and yard sale season is starting to pick up. So I'm not worried about that as much as I initially thought, because I don't want to be known as the hat seller. I want people to see that I have more than just hats in my eBay store. So that, and I haven't uploaded them all yet. Like, I've had these for probably a week now, and I've only listed 22 of them. They're going to be slow listers, but we'll get them all loaded eventually. I need to get as many listed before it clicks to June as I can before my free listings renew. So anyway, Old Lucas is coming. Here we go. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is currently Sunday, May 17th. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm going to pull some orders that I had from over the weekend and show you what they were. Some of these things were out of my personal collection, but figured I'd show them off anyway. So let me just get a little prepped here. Hold on. That's not great, but it's out of my eyes, and that's all I care about. Let's pull some orders. Alright, up first, we're heading over here. We finally sold some more Disney Infinity figures. This is just a lot of Disney characters. There's 9 of them in here, I think. Maybe not 9, I don't remember. But these sold for $19.94 plus shipping. I have $20 into them, and I've already sold a bunch, so I think I've only got one set after this, and it's a bunch of Pixar figures, so yeah. Long overdue, but I'm glad they're moving. Up next, we're heading back to the Kool-Aid bag. Not once, but twice. One person bought 2 of these for a total of $9.88 plus shipping. Alright, up next I want to tell you guys about a buy that I made. I'm in a bunch of Facebook groups for collecting vintage video games, and there's these things called claim sales that they do on there, where they post that they're selling a bunch of games, and then they post in the comments, like, one game at a time and how much they want for it, and if you want it, you just reply to that photo and say, claim. So, I was on there, and I bought a few games for myself, and I noticed his prices were really good, and towards the end of the sale, he put up some stuff that I felt that I could make some money off of. I was already having some stuff shipped to me, so I wouldn't have to worry about, like, extra shipping costs or stuff like that, so I picked up 3 things, and I'm going to show them to you now. Alright, first up is this Nintendo Z bag. It's for the NES, and all it is like a travel bag for your NES. And it's a little beat up. It's a little more beat up than I thought in the pictures. Like, there's some staining and stuff going on. But these things also aren't super common still. I've got this listed at, I believe, $34.94, and I paid $5 for this. Yeah. So will it sell? Hopefully. If not, I'll lower the price. I think even if it goes down to 20, I think somebody will buy it. There's been some that are in worse condition than this one that have sold. Up next these are the last 2 things that I ended up getting. There was some other stuff that I wanted to get, but I just wasn't fast enough on the reply. First is this purple Gameboy Color. It's in really, really good shape. It's clean. The only thing wrong with it is that it's missing the 2 labels that go across the back here, but it's tested. It works. I paid $25 for this, and this actually sold already for $49.94 with free shipping. Then last up is this copy of Paper Mario: The 1,000-Year Door. This is just the case and manual, no game included. Ever since the pandemic stuff started to happen, GameCube prices have shot through the roof. Between that and between everybody getting stimulus checks and stuff like that, just anything GameCube, the price on them has gone up a ton. And Paper Mario is up to like a $90 game. So some people have the disc, don't have the case. I paid $10 for this, and it sold in 5 minutes for $29.94 with free shipping. So all in all, not a little bad buy there. It's not huge profit. I paid $40 for the 3 items. I've already sold $80 worth, and I have another $34.94 listed. So yeah, again, not big profit. I was already buying some stuff. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have bought this stuff because it would have cost me like $10 more to ship it. So I would have been into it $50 to sell it for around $120. I guess that's still pretty decent, but yeah. So $40 into $80 already, $35 on the mark. Good buy for me. All right, up next is a video game that I had laying in this stack that I forgot that I had. And it is this copy of Super Smash Bros. Brawl for the Nintendo Wii, disc only. And this sold in like an hour and a half for $19.94 with free shipping? Maybe shipping? I don't remember. But $19.94 was the base sell price on just the disc for this game. Alright, and then the last 4 things all came out of my personal collection. These all sold really fast. My fiance and I have duplicates of these games already, so we decided to get rid of these ones. Pokemon Crystal sold for $45.
Pokemon Gold sold for $29.94. Pokemon Red sold for $26.94. And Pokemon $27.94, and Pokemon Alpha Sapphire sold for $26.94, all with free shipping, all to 3 different buyers. So really happy with those there. What we're going to do is we're going to take that money, turn it around, buy more games for our own personal collection. So yeah, really happy about how quickly those sold. Pokemon games always sell great if you can get them fast enough. You just have to be careful and make sure you get real ones and not fakes. Alright, and last but not least, we're getting into the Star Wars bin. We sold the Ben Cooper Darth Vader costume, and this sold, I took a best offer on it of $17 plus shipping. So, really happy with that there. The Star Wars buy just continues to pay out. Hey everybody, coming at you live from the hallway. It's Sunday, May 30th now. Days got away from me. Unfortunately, the eBay room is still filled with hats. I haven't got around to them. I've only listed about 22 of them. Taken pictures of about 40 of them probably, so still a bunch of hats on the floor. Don't really have a place to get all these video game stuff in the room, but I figured I'd go through and show you what I've got. I've already sold some stuff on Facebook, and yeah, I'll just kind of go through pile by pile here and show you everything that I picked up for a total of $250. So first off, we have some PlayStation games. This Resident Evil Director's Cut is actually mine, but I took the Resident Evil Director's Cut that was in this lot, put it in my collection, and took this one out of my collection. So, just throwing that out there. Some of these cases are a little cracked, but what are you going to do? Some PS3 games that are mostly common, nothing too crazy in there. This Tales of Xillia is about $12. It's missing its manual, $12 to $15. We got some PS2 games down here. No Mega Man X Command Mission is worth about $20, even if it is missing its manual, like mine is. Parappa the Rappa, I think, is about $18. And the Resident Evil down here is they're pretty okay. So moving on over to Xbox games, Xbox 360. Again, nothing super crazy in here. Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City down here is only worth about $12. We got Marvel vs. Capcom 3, I think is worth about $15. My guess is with these, I'll end up lotting these Halos together in a lot on on eBay, and same thing with the Call of Duties. Well, maybe, because Call of Duty Black Ops 2 is actually worth about $20. World at War is worth about $15, so maybe I won't. Call of Duty 4 is worth next to nothing, so yeah. Then we got this stack of games right here. These are all missing their discs, so I don't know what I'm going to do with these, because they're pretty common. This Guitar Hero and Guitar Hero 2 dual pack is generally worth an okay amount. I have the Guitar Hero in there, but it's missing Guitar Hero 2. So I might just go to like one of the local shops and pick up a disc of Guitar Hero 2, because they're pretty dang cheap. And that'll be worth about $10 on eBay. The main note ones are the top 3 here. Resident Evil 2. I think I can sell the case for about $10, and it actually has disc 2 in here. I'm not going to try and open it one-handed. Has disc 2 in here. It's missing disc 1. What I've been doing with replacement discs is I've been listing them at like $4.94 plus shipping, and if somebody sends me an offer of like $3.50 or better, I accept it and send it off. So yeah, so I can maybe make hopefully close to $15 on that, even though it's missing a disc. Resident Evil Outbreak File 2 is a pretty rare game. It goes for about $50 to $60. I've got the case and the manual. No discs, so I've got it. I put it on Facebook for $30 to see if anybody would take it. If not, I'm pretty confident that it would sell for that price on eBay. And then Silent Hill 4 The Room is really expensive on the PS2. The Xbox version is not as valuable. I think it's still like a $25 to $30 game. Case and manual, I've got it on Facebook for $12, and I'm pretty confident I could get that on eBay. Up next, we got some cords, some controllers. Unfortunately, I can't do anything with this stuff yet. As I mentioned, this guy was kind of all had some smoke smell to it. The games, it's mostly gone. There's still a little bit left, and I'm disclosing that on Facebook. The cords and controllers are still holding on to them pretty well, so I'm going to give them another wipe down with like a dryer sheet, and then throw them back in a trash bag with more dryer sheets and kind of let them sit for a few more days before I actually do anything with them. But got a power cord and AV cord for a Nintendo Wii, 4 Sega Genesis controllers, a Super Nintendo controller. This Genesis controller is actually wireless. It's supposed to have a receiver with it, but I've seen some of the controllers sell without the receiver for about $15, $20. The Wii U Pro controller, I forgot to look up, but it sells pretty well, and this is the genuine Nintendo. And then a couple Genesis games down here, Aladdin and Sonic 2. I forgot about these guys and need to clean them and test them. They were in the... I had 2 trash bags, one with all the games in it and one with consoles and cords in it. And for some reason, these 2 ended up in the consoles and cords bag, and I forgot to put them on Facebook. And so I need to test them, but they're pretty good. Moving on was the original reason I went over to this guy. It was for a Sega Dreamcast, which I had offered to pay $50 for the Dreamcast, the cords and cables, and this copy of Soul Calibur. The Dreamcast will sell for about $80-ish, and Soul Calibur goes for about $30. When I got there, he had Resident Evil 3. I bought this as part of the other $200, and this is a pretty rare game. This one sells for about $90 to $100. So I put it on Facebook for $90, but no takers yet, and I'm confident it'll sell quickly. So these next 3 things are probably 3 of the most valuable individual things. This is a camera for the PlayStation 4. It sells for $50 to $60. I need to plug it into my PS4 and see if it works. This is a dongle for Guitar Hero. You plug it in so that the guitar can connect to the PlayStation. That little thing right there is worth about $65. So really happy whenever I saw it sit in a box, and I immediately threw it into my box of stuff that I was buying from him. And this is an Elgato Hd60 S, if you ever come across it. What it is a capture card that lets you record HD video games on your computer. So it comes with a little USB cord that plugs into it. I think it's just a standard USB-C. So it plugs into that, and then you plug an HDMI. One goes to the console, one goes to the TV. You plug the USB into your computer, and you can record your video games. And I actually have one of these for myself, and I can sell this on eBay for probably $130 to $160. Just kind of depends on what the day it is. Some N64 stuff. Got an N64 power cord, copy of Force Gemini. This red controller is genuine Nintendo, sticks in pretty good shape. That's one thing you always kind of want to check on your N64 controllers, are if the joysticks are super wobbly. You'll have to disclose that because that really affects the price. And then this one is not Nintendo brand, but it's in very good condition. The stick is practically perfect. A couple NES games, Kirby's Adventure and Metal Gear. Probably about $30 total there. A few GameCube games, Spyro Enter the Dragonfly, Resident Evil, and Metroid Prime. Pretty good there. And then this stack of stuff right here, which is all stuff that is sold, and I'll go through with you right now. Alright, back at the desk, figured I'd show you guys what I sold out of that lot already. This is all through Facebook. I did offer free shipping to kind of like maybe steer them away, like, hey, these smell like smoke, but a little bit of free shipping. And like I said, most of the smoke smell is gone from these. The only thing that's really holding on to smoke are manuals, and what I'll do whenever I ship them is I'll wrap the manual in a dryer sheet and then wrap the whole case in a dryer sheet, throw it in the bubble mailer, send it off. So that way it has like 2 to 5 days, depending how long it takes to get there, to soak, for lack of a better word, in dryer sheet, and that'll kind of eat away some of that smoke smell too. So what do we got? So this first lot is a copy of 3 games: Final Fantasy XII, Kingdom Hearts 2, and then a disc-only version of Full Metal Alchemist and The Broken Angel. And one guy bought all 3 of these games for a combined total of $22 with free shipping. Next is this copy of Driver 2 for the PlayStation 1. It's complete with its discs and manual. Case has some cracks in it, but what are you going to do? This sold for $8 with free shipping. So not a heavy hitter one, but it'll help me get my money back. This is a copy of GoldenEye 64, or GoldenEye for the N64. It's really beat up, as you can tell, but this game goes for anywhere between $30 and $40. Kind of depends on how the day's going. Tested it. It does work, and some guy bought this for $25, and it actually worked out because he had a clean cartridge, but his cartridge didn't work. So it sounds to me like he's going to open this up, take the board out, put it in his, and he'll have a really nice working copy of GoldenEye. This is a copy of Kingsfield for the PlayStation 1. I don't have a case for it. The guy had printed off this copy of it, though. This is about a $30 game if it's complete in its original case. I sold this for $18 just for the disc. Up next, I had one guy buy multiple games. He bought this copy of Solomon's Key for the NES for $10. And then later, he bought a couple Fear games for the PlayStation 3, Fear 2 and Fear 3. These were $19 for the pair, so he paid $29. Unfortunately, 2 PayPal fees on these, but what are you going to do? So really happy with that. And up next, had one guy buy 3 games, Dark Souls for the PlayStation 3, Dark Souls 2 for the PlayStation 3, and Demon Souls. They're all made by the same developer. They're all really hard games, but he paid $29 for all 3 of these games with free shipping. And last but not least is one of the more unique things that I found in the lot. This is a copy of Half-Life 2 for the Xbox, but it's in a Blockbuster rental case, and the case itself is also Blockbuster. For some reason, people like to collect Blockbuster stuff since it's not around anymore. And generally, the video game cases, from what I've seen, I don't know if it depends on the title, the cases themselves sell for about $10, and then Half-Life 2 is about a $10 game. So I put it on there for $20. Got laughed at by a few people. That's the thing about the Facebook groups, is if you put bad prices, they'll let you know. Got laughed at by a few people, but somebody came through and bought it for $20 with free shipping. I just think it's really neat. Oh, and I had a couple other things sell that I already shipped off before I started recording this. Had a copy of Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles for the GameCube, and a copy of Final Fantasy Anthology for the PlayStation 1. Both of those sold for $12, free ship to their respective people. So, really happy with that. In total of the $250 investment, I've already sold $173 worth of stuff. Granted, I've got about $30 in shipping here to these guys. But at the same time, I don't have to pay free shipping on stuff on eBay and pay, $173. Roughly $15 to $17 in fees, so I save a little bit of money that way selling through Facebook. So I highly recommend you guys search Facebook groups for stuff that you're selling, whether it be records, video games, really anything. There's probably a Facebook group of collectors out there. I found a Facebook group for my pennants and sold a few of them that way. So anything you can sell off eBay, save your fees on, is really helpful. Yeah, I'm in a bunch of video game collecting groups, mainly for myself. I like to spend money on those groups just as much as I like to make money off of those groups. I'm in some pretty wide-spreading groups where you can sell any sort of retro games. Some do modern games. Some are very strict and say only retro games. But then I'm also in a bunch of niche groups. I'm in a group for like Sega Genesis specifically, or NES specifically, or PlayStation specifically, or something like that. So you get the widespread attention, and you can hone in on just those specific collectors. So highly recommend you check Facebook for those groups. All right, really quick here, just to squeeze this in. I made a few more sales before I got to editing this video. So this Sega Genesis copy of Aladdin for $10. Sold this copy of Metal Gear for the NES for $12. Sold these 2 games, Spyro Enter the Dragonfly and Resident Evil for the GameCube. Sold $20 for Resident Evil, $10 for for Spyro. They're going to the same person. Sold the case for Silent Hill 4 The Room. This was just the case and the manual, no disc, and this sold for $12. All those are shipping out, free shipping. But the best sale of the day is I sold the Resident Evil for the Dreamcast. As you can see, I've put a dryer sheet in here to kind of help eliminate the smell. The best part about this, I sold it for $80, and the person's actually coming to pick it up locally. So Facebook group, somebody in Indianapolis was like, hey, I'll take it. I said, hey, come this way, and I'll take... I had it for $90. I accepted $80 because, 1, I don't have to worry about shipping it. I don't have to worry about the case getting cracked. I don't have to worry about a fake return. I don't have to worry about paying an eBay fee, because if I would have sold it for $90 on eBay, that would have been like a $10 fee, so I'd have been right back at $80 anyway, plus free shipping. So it's actually going to work out in my favor to take a little bit less to sell it locally. So really happy with that one. $80 cash. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for this video. Hats, video games, a few what's sold. I feel like it's a pretty solid one. Hopefully this upcoming weekend, I guess, well, it is currently the weekend now, so next weekend is when Indianapolis is supposed to open up a little bit more starting June 1st, so I'm hoping some more yard sales start to pop up. There's been a few I went to a couple, but nothing to really make a full weekend out of, or a full day out of. It's kind of, you wake up early. Plus, starting this weekend, my new days off at work will be Friday and Saturday, so that'll be a little more convenient for yard sales rather than having Thursday and Friday off. This will be the 4th schedule change I've had in like the last 18 months, so hopefully this one settles down for a little bit. But yeah, so I think that's going to do it. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you click the like button. It really helps you know that you liked it. And subscribe so that the next time I upload a video, you will be notified about it. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you're having a good rest of your day. Continue to stay safe, continue to stay smart, be kind to others, and I will see you all in the next one.